time. It's time. It's time. It's Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy. Yeah. 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 It's Commissioner Cooper, and it's time.
How the fuck you got me up this damn early, Jason?
It's time.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
Yeah! Finally, I made it here.
Yeah, we have.
Finally, I made it here.
We got a little jester in the house. All right, but let's get it started with introductions. Listen, I want to apologize, TSS family, for the late start. If you're seeing us live, that was on me. I have a real job. Unfortunately, it pays the big bills. I had a little bit to do tonight. That's not on you. That's on me. Let's get it started, though. Welcome to the studio, Nick. You got Phlander Macaronis.
Yes, hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Nick. You got Phlander Macaronis. You can find me on Twitter at You Got Flandered. And I don't want any of your family to get flandered this week, this Christmas. So I need you to buy a gift. Where can you get this gift? From TSSFantasy.com. Just click on our merchandise, and you will see our lovely shirts, hats, mugs, beanies, masks, and whatever else Jason wants to throw up there. That's what we got. Go check it out. Don't be a Grinch, and don't flander your family.
Yeah, I hope for the holiday season, the wishes for not getting flandered will surely be on top of our Christmas list for sure. Let's also welcome studio Fred the Jester Reyes. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Yes, I am here again. Friday night, back. Been a few months. Follow me at TSS Jester. We are approaching 3,000 Twitter followers. Help me out. Let's get to 3,000 people.
And to our left, we have a new guest in the building, and he's not too far away from Dada. It's little Uncle Pico Frederico. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm finally able to make it on to here, talk some fantasy football. So I'm just excited.
All right, sounds good. Well, we're happy to have you. We have him in tonight for our infamous Fantasy Family Feud that we just started last week. So that's going to be fun. But before we get started, don't forget, check us out, TSSFantasy.com. All of our current rankings, although I do have to update them, we do got a few little things that we're going to talk about that we're going to have to make some adjustments, but go check them out. I promise by tomorrow they'll be all caught up. Also, visit Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. All of our great sports podcasts on there, from wrestling to racing. We have it all. We got it for you. Don't forget this Sunday to wake up Belly Up, by the way, as well. Wake up with us from 8 to 9 a.m. on Sunday. At 9 to 10, we got the Bears pregame with Coach Steve. 4th and 4 between 10 and 11, and the Rough Cut 11 and 12. Dan Maynard has your final fantasy update from 12 to 1. So don't forget to wake up Belly Up with us. Make us part of your morning commute. We are the fantasy show of the people. All right, like I said, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get it started with some news. Today on the headline news. All right, so Alvin Kamara is officially out. So, Mr. Mark Ingram owners, you felt like you had a good thing one week. It might be another week that you got solo Mark Ingram. Nick, your thoughts on Mark Ingram this week? How do you feel he's going to do against the Birds?
Well, Philadelphia is, I believe, 30th against the run. So if you got Mark Ingram, you better play his ass. I think he's going to have a big game. Again, Philly's proved they can't stop anybody on the ground. In the air, totally different story. But on the ground, if you got Mark Ingram, you better play him.
Fred, you got your hands up over there. Do you have Mark Ingram?
I do have Mark Ingram, and I picked him up a couple of weeks back. I'm gonna probably start him in the flex now in our big league, playing the juice. The juice is loose, so I would love for Mark Ingram to go off and me clinch in the division and make fun of the juice.
So to help our listeners out, if you can recall, off the top of your head, who do you normally have in your flex that you put Mark Ingram ahead of? So our listeners can get gauge where you at.
Brandon Cooks hasn't been performing the last few weeks as much as he could. And Mike Williams neither. After his hot start the first 4 or 5 weeks, he just leveled out. So I would definitely start a running back, especially against the Eagles, like you said, 30th against the run.
Indeed. Little Frederico, what are your thoughts on Mark Ingram this week?
With Mark Ingram, if you have him, and then if you don't he's just the number one running back in New Orleans, and they love running. It's going to be hard to trust the quarterbacks in New Orleans. And so I don't trust Trevor Siemian. I don't trust Taysom Hill. We've seen what Mark Ingram could do when he's the number one back on a team. So to me, he's a solidified starter.
Indeed. And listen, and some breaking ass news, like Amari Cooper, COVID. He is out this week. And man, it really stinks too, because that to me was just going to be not that it's not going to be a good game without Amari Cooper, but again, it's a weapon. It was just kind of sucked. But overall, this is going to be a great game. How much do you think impact wise it'll have on Dallas, Fred, on their offense with Cooper being out?
Big. Now you could double up on CeeDee Lamb. It helps out the Chiefs definitely. I want to see both teams at full strength. I think the Chiefs are getting right again. I want to see that game, but now from the Chiefs, I'm that much happier. I'm gonna play more in the box and just double CeeDee Lamb and let them beat me with their tight ends or the secondary receiver.
Indeed. So who else? Little Frederico, I'll ask you. Who else besides CeeDee Lamb do you see this helping with Cooper being taken out?
To be honest, now that they got one less threat downfield, I can honestly see Ezekiel Elliott even getting more touches than before, because in CeeDee Lamb, like older Freddie here said, they're going to have to distribute the ball down to their more stars. We know CeeDee Lamb can play. We know Ezekiel Elliott can play. So I just feel like Zeke is going to be the one to get extra touches.
Well, to you, it's Dad the Jester. All right.
The Jester.
Nick, your thoughts on Cooper being out? Do you see anyone else besides maybe even Zeke emerging from this Cooper last-minute scrub?
Yeah, I actually see Michael Gallup coming up big this week, possibly. And I also see Dalton Schultz coming back as well, because we had discussed earlier that when you had the full arsenal with the Lamb, Cooper, and Gallup, Schultz was going to be tossed off by the wayside. Now you take Amari Cooper out of there. It's just next man up, and it happens to be Dalton Schultz. And not to bring him out of the shadows, but he could be a nice red zone target for you. So I would, if you have a chance to get either of those two, I don't think Dalton Schultz is available by Michael Gallup is going to be available out of those three.
Yeah, indeed. So my dog went by and tripped the wire, so I'll get up. When we go to commercial break, I'll go and fix it. All right. It's the magic of live TV. All right, so we got word in Tampa that Rob Gronkowski's back, so that'll be big for the tight ends. That's something I do need to adjust. We do have Gronk coming back this week, but still no Antonio Brown, and the word is not for a while. Like there's some issues going on with Antonio Brown, so big impacts there all the way around with Gronk coming back. You probably see a little bit less of Mike Evans, this week, because I know he's been kind of heavily targeted by Brady with with Godwin being gone, with Antonio Brown being gone, with Gronk being gone. Now you're going to see, Chris Godwin. You'll see Gronk in a little more touches this week. So I do like Gronk this week a lot, actually, in this matchup. Nick, is there any other news that I'm forgetting about? Because I know there was a bunch of stuff, and I'm way behind because of my event. So if there's anything else, please help me fill the audience in.
No, I would. Well, I guess I'm gonna look on here and I'm gonna see any of the big names that I'll discuss from each game. So right now in your Texans Titans game, the big guy that's out, the big name is going to be Jeremy McNichols. He's got a concussion. Tight end Jeff Swain, he has a concussion. So they're two out. Interesting name is questionable. I've never heard of this guy. His name is Jack Rabbit Jenkins. I don't know who he is.
Jack Rabbit, the cornerback. Yeah, Jack Rabbit.
Yeah. He just has an interesting name, so I decided to call him the old Jack Rabbit. In the Colts and Bills game, Darius Leonard, there's no designation on him. Linebacker for the Bills, Tremaine Edmonds, is questionable with a hamstring. 49ers, Elijah Mitchell is doubtful. James Robinson is questionable with a heel in the knee.
He'll be good. He's coming.
Right. Ravens.
Man, D-Hop. D-Hop is out.
Yeah, well, we'll get to D-Hop. Ravens, Latavius Murray, ankle. They're all questionable. Akeem Hicks for the Bears is out. Allen Robinson is doubtful. He's been doubtful the whole season with a hamstring. Lions, who the hell cares? Browns, I don't care about the Browns either. Donovan's People Jones, he's questionable. And
he had a sore groin, and he actually had a limited practice on Friday, so he will go.
Okay. Your boy Zach Wilson is doubtful. Which he's not going to play because they're going to go to
Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, let me comment on that. Let me comment on that real quick.
Sure.
Listen, let me just say something real quick, bro. If you don't think Miami ain't gonna do what they like, listen, they stacked the box on Lamar and went after him and said, "Beat me." You don't think they're gonna do that to Joe, slow ass Flacco? I just can't wait to watch this game this weekend.
I don't know what the offensive coordinator and Robert Saleh are thinking. We know what Flacco's about. You might as well just keep Mike White in there. Yes, he had a great game. Now he had a bad game. You might as well just let him play. Flacco's not going to win us anything. Like, who cares? He'll be off the team next year.
The Jets are just everything about the quarterback situation for the New York Jets. It's like I want the Jets to do good. But for some reason, they could just never, ever, ever get it right. Like, why go back to Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco threw you onto the dirt like a season or two straight. And now you just, like, come on.
All right. So let me play Cooper here. Hey, Cooper, what do you think the impact of Michael Carter is going to be in this game now that Joe Flacco's in there?
None.
None. Okay. Well, that's expert analysis. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you don't think like Miami, like again, they stacked the box. They said, okay, we're gonna stop you from running all. You're not gonna run the ball at all. You got to do something in the pass. I want to see what you can do in the pass. You got to make something happen because we're coming after you. If you don't think they're gonna do that to Joe Flacco and make him eat dirt the entire game, I mean, you cray.
That's all day. Okay, moving on. Football team. Ricky Seals-Jones, out. Curtis Samuel, questionable. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Jones, out. Alan Lazard, doubtful. Vikings, Brashawn Breeland is questionable with a groin. So, and then the Bengals. Who? Brashawn Breeland. He's their starting corner.
Right. So, all right, let's move on. We're getting onto it.
Let's get to the good stuff. D-Hop.
Hey, D-Hop is out.
D-Hop is out, and I don't know if we got to Murray. I fixed my light thing. The dog knocked it out. But
no, we never talked about Kyler Murray yet.
So Kyler Murray is game time decision, or at least, I'm sorry, he's medically cleared to go. My bad. But it's up to basically him if he wants to play through the pain, I guess, if you will. So he could wait another week, take the bye week. Hold on. He could take the bye week. If you're an athlete, it might be his thought. However, you are playing a divisional opponent this week. So that might be, hey, listen, we got to win this game. I got to go in there and man up and do this thing. So it could go one or two ways. But either way, watch out, Christian Kirk owners. All right, Nick, go ahead, Wes.
Now, interesting fact about that as well. Colt McCoy he's actually questionable. So then you're down your third string quarterback for this game. And I don't know who that is.
Take the shot, take the cortisone, stick it in there. Let's play football. You're a football player, division opponent. We'll heal up after the game. Let's go, Kyler Murray.
All right, you heard it here first, Kyler. The Jester is coaching you on.
I need you.
We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, it's time for Fantasy Family Feud. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. We are the fantasy show of the people, and our network, the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network, is no different. So we teamed up with our friends from Manscaped to give back to the people for an exciting holiday giveaway. We want you to look and feel smooth this holiday season. So we're giving away the Manscaped 4.0 Performance Package. And all you have to do is go to our Facebook page at Belly Up Sports, give us a like, and that well-deserved 5-star review, and you're entered to win. It's as simple as Grandma's holiday pie, and who knows what holiday magic awaits once those ornaments are looking shiny and new again. So what are you waiting for? Give us a like, that well-deserved 5-star review, and you could be belly up all holiday season.
I love that commercial. Give us a like.
Speaking of Phlander and the holiday season, make sure you go to our Belly Up Sports page. All you got to do is like it and just put, would you recommend it to friends? Hit yes, make a comment, and you're good to go.
And feel nice and smooth.
All right, let's get it started. It's time for Fantasy Family Feud. All right, it's y'all's first time on the feud. So I'm going to explain the rules. It's a little different than regular Family Feud because normally with Family Feud, the one side will get it and then you would get amount points. And there's no points in this. You just basically win the round or you don't. That's all there is to it. So, all right, here it is. Top 5 answers on the board. Here's the question. Who were the top 5 scoring defenses in Week 10?
Who goes?
Who are you? You just tell your answer. Blurt it out.
Shut up.
Don't cheat, man. I'm going to say
The Carolina Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers.
The Miami Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins. All right, so I don't have a graphic to hold up, so you're gonna have to we're gonna have to keep with it. But you can either play, Fred, or you can pass. What would you rather?
We're gonna play.
You're gonna play. So you got Dolphins there. They were the number 2 scoring defense. So you got number 1, 3, 4, and 5 still left.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. Let's go with the Colts.
The Colts.
Okay, I kind of figured that. I don't know why I did that.
All right, one strike against you. One strike. Now, you still got number 1, 3, 4, and 5.
The Patriots.
The New England Patriots.
Nice. Yeah.
What is going on right now?
Right.
Oh, the Green Bay Packers.
The Green Bay Packers. All right. So Dolphins 2, Packers 3. So you got number 1, number 4, and number 5 still ready.
I got to ride with my own defense. Let's go Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills. All right, little Fred, it's your chance to steal it. All right, he's got Dolphins at 2, Packers at 3. So you have number 1, 4, and 5 at your disposal. Leave it up to you, sir.
Number 1, 4, 5. You said Dolphins are 2.
Yep, Packers are 3. Top 5 scoring defenses of Week 10.
Top 5 scoring defenses of Week 10. I'm going to say the Tennessee Titans.
The Tennessee Titans.
Cooper, can I guess?
Yeah.
Can I guess?
Go ahead, Nick.
49ers.
The 49ers. Yeah, so the 49ers were number 4. We had the Cowboys at number 1. And the Eagles were number 5. So those are your
right.
5.
I guess I won that round.
Yeah, so the Frederico Sr. won the first round.
Damn.
Here we go for – all right, so again, here's the rules now. Again, you blurt it out, all right? You can just blurt it out. There is no ding. I have no ding or anything. Just yell it out when you know it. All right, here it is. Who in 2021 has the top 5 for the most red zone carries?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh,
It take too long.
And Jonathan Taylor's actually number 1. So you're up, little Frederico. You can either play or pass.
I'm a pass.
A pass? Who passes? I can't even believe it. I don't think anyone ever
He's
passed.
respecting his elders.
No.
Right.
You see, I want to give him a chance. You know, I let him win the first one by a little bit, get the blood boiling.
All right, well,
He let you win.
pass. He's gonna pass. I've never heard anybody pass. He's gonna pass.
Okay.
So you got he got number 1, Jonathan Taylor. So you got 2, 3, 4, and 5 still at your disposal.
Do I got to know the name?
Yeah, that's the
What? Yeah, the whole entire tennis. Yeah, the whole entire.
All right. I'm going to say Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler.
That's sorry,
I
man.
love
That
this
is
game.
so
This is
sorry.
why I love this game. This is the best. All right, one strike again.
Let's go with Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
You sure this is right? Repeat the question, sir.
That's right. All right. And this year, who has the most red zone carries? I'm looking for the top 5. So you got Jonathan Taylor number 1 and the rest.
I know who it is. The one that got hurt. Tennessee. I forgot his fucking name. That's right for cursing. What the hell's his name?
It's Derrick Henry and
for real?
yes, indeed. All right, Frederico, you set him up. Now you. I guess I can see your strategy. He already did all the strikes. Now you got to do.
How do you not think of the number 1 running back in the league and he's been hurt a week?
I said Derrick Henry.
He's saying, how can you not remember him? All right, little Frederico, you got your chance to steal. Who do you got? You got 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Let me see. I said Jonathan Taylor first. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with – I want to go Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
Does it have to be running backs?
It doesn't, but these are all running backs in the top 5. I'll go ahead and nail it.
Okay.
You want one guess, Nick? Go ahead, one guess.
Well, I was gonna try and be cute and say Lamar Jackson, but you said it's all running backs, so
all right, so you're not cute.
No, definitely not cute.
I hope it ain't fucking Joe Mixon, bro. I hope it ain't Joe Mixon.
I'll say Joe Mixon.
No, Joe Mixon, incorrect. All right, so it is Ezekiel Elliott is number 2. Dalvin Cook, I can't believe Fred didn't bring him up, number 3. Damian Harris is number 4.
Really?
Ooh.
And number 5, Antonio Gibson. Check that out. See, we're learning stuff as we play the game. See,
I like it. I like that.
All right. Round 3. Listen, here's the problem now. This isn't queued up like our other games. So if Big Freddy takes you, it's over here. Let's go. We got to tighten up. We got to make this worth our while. All right, here it is. Top 5 most red zone targets in 2021.
Devontae Adams.
Oh, target.
Devontae Adams. I'm looking at my list here. Devontae Adams. Oh, my bad. I didn't have it queued up yet. Little Federico.
Top red zone targets. Okay, that changed a lot actually. I'm gonna go AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Oh my God,
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Little
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
This isn't right. This isn't right. We're including running backs, tight ends, wide receivers.
We're not thinking logically. You got to think logically, right? So it's going to be somebody like CeeDee Lamb. Doing terrible.
TJ Hawkinson.
No. I know that's bad. All right. We can't joke around anymore. Now we're looking bad now. Time out. I go, and here we go. Austin Eckler.
You know what? We just gotta. You said think outside of the box. We gotta think.
I didn't say outside the box. He did. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to go off of his energy, but I think it's gonna be something inside the box. The most targets, top 5 in the red zone. I'm gonna say Michael Pittman Jr.
Pittman Jr.
Go Colts, baby. Go Colts, baby.
He is number 4. And listen, I even helped you guys out because at number 5, there are about 6 players tied with the same amount of targets. So if you would have nailed any one of them, I'll give you number 5. But number 4, you got Michael Pittman. So you got number 1, 2, 3, and 5 left, sir. Oh, and are you going to pass or play?
I'm going to play this time.
All right. Go ahead. Who you got next?
He's a
No, because I'm trying to think of Tampa, but which Tampa player? I'm going to go Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Holy
That'll
smokes.
be your number 5, however, so I'll knock everybody out. Also tied at number 5 with Mike Evans was Tyler Higbee, AJ Green, Tyreek Hill, and Firemouth, and Hunter Renfrow as well, believe it or not. All right, we got 1, 2, and 3 left.
I have to go Cooper Kupp.
That's a good one.
All right, so you got 1, 4, and 5. You got only 2 and 3 left. No strikes either.
So Cooper Kupp, Michael Pittman Jr., Mike Evans. I'm gonna go with. Damn, I think he said CD. CD. No, he didn't say CD Lamb. Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
I'm trying to run through all the teams' rosters in my head.
Yeah. 10, 9.
Pressure again. The pressure's coming now.
Adam Thielen.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Good try.
I'll tell you right now, you're never gonna guess 2 and 3 because I couldn't believe what I saw. Go ahead and make your last chance though.
You know what? You said that, so I'm gonna just go to probably the worst team in the NFL. I'm gonna go Elijah Moore from the New York Jets.
Elijah Moore. All right, Fred, your chance to steal it.
All right, because I was gonna go D-Hop till he said that. So what I'm gonna do now is say Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Solid.
You guys are terrible.
Number 2. Get ready for this.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me go Jamar Chase.
No, that's a good one.
I'm about to go hit the buzzer. Number 2, you're gonna get ready to sit down for this. Randall Cobb.
No way!
Wow.
Yes, I had to double check it. I can't believe it. Number 3 was Mike Williams. All right, moving on to round 4.
2-1.
We go. It's 2-1. Here it is. Give me the players that were ranked 5 and 10 in targets for Week 10.
So they have to. So it's players ranked from. Okay, I thought it said 5 to 10 targets.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So not 1 through 5. Make it a little harder.
Oh, that's a little harder for real. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? He helped me out He just helped me out the last round. I'm gonna go Michael Pittman Jr. again.
Michael Pittman Jr.
This is a hard one, but I'm gonna say Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. He's your number 7 target leader this week. All right, Fred, you gonna play or pass?
I'm playing.
All right, Let's go. Playing. Let's go. You got 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10s. I got
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
What? Okay. Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
What is going on here? Okay. Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Ooh.
This was the hardest question I've ever had.
All right, little Federico, you got a chance to steal it.
I'm gonna go 5 to 10. Mm-hmm. And what was number 7?
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
He had 6 drops. I don't think 6 is enough to be 5 through 10. But I'm gonna say TJ Hawkinson from Detroit.
You're done.
TJ Hawkinson. You must love that guy.
AC team last week was his worst week all year. He usually gets you 10 points or more.
Okay, thanks for the analysis. But all right, here are your target leaders. Ray McLeod is at number 5. Number 6, Devontae Adams. We heard 7, Keenan Allen. 8, Justin Jefferson. And then we had Christian McCaffrey rounding us all out. All right, here we go. We got the final round. We're gonna play this for all the money. I know. It's your Sunday. Right. Let's just play. We already got here. Final round. We'll see if any of you can even answer this anyway. If not, Big Freddie wins it. Here we go. Who was the first player to rush for 1,000
Taylor
yards in a season?
In a season?
Who was
this is small. This is small.
Okay, so first time ever, Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
Am I supposed to say the answer I just saw?
I was trying to help you both out. You know?
Betty Feathers or Mr. Feathers out there.
Feathers.
What the hell is that?
He pulls off the victory in dramatic fashion.
He lost 3 rounds to 2. Get out of here. Feathers.
Congratulations, my friend. Great job on Fantasy Family Feud. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as somebody else did. So
yes. Hey, I'm a winner just like I am in the TSS Fantasy League.
8-2,
baby. 8-2.
That's it. All right. So, Federico, you want to hang out for a little bit, or are you taking?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna We're gonna start talking about right now our ultimate teams for this week.
Ooh.
So your dad doesn't tell you this, but I have literally dominated this section every single week. I mean, it doesn't get any better than what the commish brings to this table on this. So I got Pat Mahomes this week. Obviously, we talked about that matchup earlier with the Chiefs and the Cowboys. That's really the fantasy extravaganza this week. If you got somebody in there, you got to start them. Like Pat Mahomes a lot, obviously. Nick Chubb. I mean, back again against sorry-ass Detroit, and none of you have him going. I don't understand why against Detroit. Really? Nick Chubb? So he's definitely a big starter for me this week. Zeke, we already talked about. Again, we just talked about that matchup. A.J. Brown, I know he was just mentioned. They're going against the Texans. No Julio Jones, so I like A.J. Brown a lot this week. Nick just brought up Jamar Chase. Obviously, Jamar Chase is big every week, so I just can't get away from him. Got to keep playing him every single week because he is in the Bengals offense. Christian McCaffrey in my flex. I was just talking about him as the 10th in receptions, and they're going against FT, one of the worst pass defenses in the league. And I actually think Cam Newton's going to have a big game, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And I like George Kittle, obviously in his matchup against the Jags and whatever. I just put the kicker in. Oh, look, I put the Patriots in, believe it or not. All right, Nick, who do you got for your big ultimate team?
I have starting at quarterback. I have Dak Prescott going against Kansas City. I put D. Johnson in there. I don't know what I was thinking or who that is. I hope that's not.
I thought I was like, man, he's really trying to grab some.
No, I think I meant to put David Montgomery, and I think I typed in David
Johnson.
All right, we'll leave it. We'll give you Montgomery.
Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. I got Najee Harris, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, Travis Kelce, Nick Folk, and the 49ers.
Well, Nick, I didn't really need you to read it off. I was just was hoping some analysis would be like, yeah, so I got Najee Harris because I like the matchup.
Well, all right, funny you mention that because I picked Najee Harris because I do like the matchup on that one against the weak Chargers defense. Same thing with Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams. I like Devontae Smith this week because New Orleans is number 28 against the pass. I think he can have a good game this week. Travis Kelce, I was going for low-hanging fruit. Nick Folk, he's the number one kicker in fantasy. And I went for the 49ers because they're coming off that big victory against the Rams, and they're traveling to Duval County to hopefully beat up on the Jaguars. So I hope they come through for me.
All right, Fred, you don't need to read off your team, but you want to
I got you. Well,
about some people on your team.
The way Kansas City's been talking, saying that they're back, you had to go ride with Mahomes after that 5-touchdown performance. Who else they better throw to than Kelce? Jonathan Taylor is the number one back right now. And Najee Harris, we were just talking about who gets the most red zone touches. 2 and 4 were Taylor and Harris. I think God was going to have a good game this week. They're playing the Giants. Devontae Adams, I'm not sure about it. Just threw him in there. As you said, Amari Cooper's out. As my Uncle Pico said, Ezekiel Elliott should get a lot more touches. So that'll help us out. Boswell, Pittsburgh, they have to kick some field goals to win. And the Titans defense. Let's see what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's funny. Are you done? You done with your snack over there, Uncle Pico?
Yo, my bad.
Like father, my bad.
Hey man, I was just trying to eat a honey bun real quick. Dude, I'm good.
This segment is sponsored by Honey Bun.
The camera's off. He's like, oh shit, I got time.
Yo, you know what's one thing I do disagree with? The one thing I do disagree with about all of it was how do you guys not put the kickers from the worst teams? Graham Gano has been lights out, almost hitting at least averaging 10, 11 points a week. He's solid. Jacksonville kicker, solid.
Listen, this is why we have you here for kicker analysis. I mean, we love to talk about kickers on our show.
Bagley from the Colts hasn't missed a kick since he came in.
Okay.
Kicker analysis.
Are you done yet? Or
Clyde Edwards-Helaire might end up being the number one back for the Chiefs.
Yeah, see, you should have brought that when we were talking about the news. I was asking you guys, so I forgot to bring that up.
Nice,
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is back. All right, let's go now. We're going to talk about our stardom and sit-em for this week.
Oh, and we started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team. Yeah, started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom.
All right, so Flanders has Josh Allen. Fred is really digging deep for all of our fans. Pat Mahomes. He want to make sure to start Pat Mahomes because
gotta start him this week.
If you own Pat Mahomes, you weren't sure if you're going to start him. I could feel it. I get why you let everybody know that. All right, I told you about it. I mentioned it earlier. I teased it earlier. I have Cam Newton as my starter this week. I like him coming back home into Carolina. We talked about FT's horrible secondary, lost Chase Young. So I just see Cam Newton have a great game, all powered up back at home. So see a big game for him there. Juice has got Jalen Hurts versus New Orleans. Nick, you mentioned that earlier about their D not being so good against the pass, so that's good. And you like Josh Allen, Nick, against the Colts. I'm going to kick it to Nick, I'll kick it to you, however, on the sit-em. Who do you got for your sit-em this week?
Well, unfortunately, I got to pick my boy. I got to pick Carson Wentz this week. He's going against the Bills. Number one defense against pass. They only allow, this is all PPR, by the way, 10.7 points per game. And that's number one, the quarterbacks. And they only allow 4.2 red zone points to quarterbacks. That's number 5. Even though Carson Wentz got a 17 touchdown to 3 interception campaign, I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off this week against the Buffalo Bills.
And Juice actually completely disagrees with you on Josh Allen.
I saw that.
I wish he was here to. I would love to hear that debate. I'm really curious about that. All right, Jester's got Justin Fields. I like to hear about this because Baltimore's D is not good. Even Tua looked pretty good against them. So what are your thoughts about that?
I think the party's over. I think Justin Fields, I think they're going to stack the box. You got Montgomery back. I just don't see it working for them. Yeah, they had maybe a bad week, but we're forgetting 2-3 weeks ago, they were on fire, the defense. I believe they come back. I believe the Ravens, they'll start their playoff push. I think Justin Fields is in trouble, rookie quarterback,
Yeah, and I got I'm not saying you're wrong. I was just saying the Baltimore's D it's been atrocious.
It's like this up and down. Like,
so who knows? But Justin Fields been he might find himself this game. That's all I'm saying. You never know. All right, let's go on to our running backs. Little Frederico. Let's talk about the Juice's pick here. He's got A.J. Dillon at Minnesota. What do you think of that? Do you think A.J. Dillon's going to have a good game this week?
I don't think he's going to have a good game this week because for the fact that they're versus Minnesota. Something about Minnesota, I believe they lost every game this season so far by 1 possession or less. So that means their defense honestly isn't that bad. They just can't close out. So for him, it's a coin toss, but I wouldn't start A.J. Dillon, not against Minnesota.
I think you'll cray. You definitely start A.J. Dillon. I don't know who else you're going to put ahead of him. I think we got him number 3 as our running back this week. A.J. Dillon is pretty nasty. All right, James Conner, Flanders has got for at Seattle. Jester's is that Devonta Freeman at Chicago? That's your stardom this week. Let's talk about that. We're going back to this Ravens game again. What do you think?
I'm telling you, I think they put it all together this week. I think they're gonna run the ball well and play hard-nosed defense. I've been reading a little bit about Devonta Freeman. They just kicked Le'Veon Bell out. They're trying to stabilize a little bit. I think it's his time to show what he got, at least for the rest of the season. So when he becomes a free agent, he might have a job next year.
Yeah, and I agreed with Nick earlier with David Montgomery. I do like him as well against this Baltimore defense, so I picked David Montgomery as my stardom this week. Sit-ems. Looks like we had Darrell Williams for Nick versus Dallas. Let's get a quick analysis on that because he had a pretty decent game last week. Dallas's D isn't all that wonderful. So, what is your thoughts on that?
Well, this was, again, we made these picks before the news that Edwards-Helaire may be back. So just to preface that. But Dallas defense, I mean, they like I said, they're not that wonderful. But Darrell Williams is he's 11th in points per game, which is he is 17, and he's only scored 4 touchdowns. So if he's going to do any damage at all, it's going to be receiving and in between the 20s. So he's not going to score for you, and that's where you're going to get the bulk of your points, obviously. So which means he's got to have like a 100-yard plus game to do anything really significant. Dallas defense, they're 10th in the red zone points per game against running backs. So they're going to keep him out of the end zone on the ground, and they've only given up to running backs 6 total TDs on the season. So I don't think they're going to Darrell Williams, rather. I don't think he's going to have too much of a significant game.
Well, then we'll put CEH in there also for you if he ends up being the starter. So both of them, you think will have a good game.
I want to know what the commission thought about putting Josh Jacobs in there.
Put him as my sit-em?
Yeah, against Cincinnati.
All right, hold on, because I was gonna read the rest. So Austin Eckler for the Juice, he has his as a sit-em. That's I just want to make sure and mention he wants to sit Austin Eckler. I just want to make sure. Yeah, you picked Joe Mixon. Obviously, you're a Joe Mixon hater. We all are actually in this set, so it's cool. I did go Josh Jacobs simply because of the fact that Cincinnati's defense is very good, and on top of the fact Kenyon Drake is really starting to eat in his carries a lot. So I don't like Josh Jacobs, and Cincinnati's defense in total has been pretty decent. So hence why I have Josh Jacobs there. All right, let's go on to our stardom receivers. Juice has got Hollywood Brown at Chicago, so I think he disagrees with your Justin Fields statement. Flanders got Devonta Smith. You talked about that earlier, that matchup. Jalen Waddle at the Jets. Let's talk about that one. Why do you have Jalen Waddle as a starter, Fred?
I watched the Jets game last week, and Jets been atrocious. And then I seen our cornerback go down. I was like, oh, this is even worse. Everybody's been scoring on us. Our defense has been looking like a joke. If anybody in Miami I'm not worried about Gaskin. It's gonna be Jalen Waddle. He's quick.
Yeah, him or Gesicki definitely going to make you pay for sure. All right, I
do have something to say about the wide receivers, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
The one wide receiver I would definitely look into starting, because I have him personally, is Jarvis Landry because they're versus the Detroit Lions. Okay?
That's who the commission has as him starter. So go ahead. Give the analysis.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right. So OBJ is not there anymore. Jarvis Landry, we knew was the one before, but now he's solidified as the number one. Really, the only people he's going to split the ball with is the tight end and both running backs. But when it comes to Detroit, they do not have a secondary to save their life. That's why they are 0-8-1.
Well, Pittsburgh made him look good last week.
So I agree with you almost all the way, except where your argument was flawed is that he also has to contend with Donovan Peoples-Jones as well. So, and believe it or not, we looked at his stats when we were playing Fantasy Family Feud last week, and believe it or not, he was I think he was number 9 receiver in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, but last week I think he only had 2 receptions.
Well, he came back. Was coming back from being injured too, so he's got to start growing.
The good thing about Donovan Peoples-Jones is that I feel like for him it's either a hit or miss sometimes because he's a deep threat. Exactly. And so if he doesn't get that deep ball, how he had a 60-yard catch for a touchdown, then if he's going to get that once a game, he's an automatic start. But is Baker going to constantly make that deep throw because of how hurt he is, or will he go to a more consistent wide receiver in Jarvis Landry?
That would make the most sense. Absolutely. All right, let's talk about sit-ems. Terry Scary, Nick Scott against the tough Carolina D makes sense. Michael Pittman Jr. for the Juice against Buffalo makes sense as well. Jester's got Kenny Golladay against Tampa, who hasn't been all that great against the pass. However, Kenny Golladay hasn't been good all year, so I don't know who is starting him anyway. And I put Deontay Johnson, an actual D Johnson I meant to put, Deontay Johnson against the tough Chargers secondary. As we mentioned, no Roethlisberger, Mason Rudolph, barely getting the ball off. I just don't see much going on for Deontay Johnson this week. All right, let's go to tight ends. All right, Juice has got Freiermuth against the Chargers. We just, talking about that matchup. Flanders and the Jester both got Knox. And I know Nick told you that he already had him. You ignored him. So I'm going to allow Nick to give the analysis.
I want to say what happened. I was at work, so the internet was slow, but I actually did it when I put in my ultimate team before Nick. I didn't know this.
I got you. All right, Nick, give me the analysis on Knox.
Well, because I like Freddie so much. Freddie, I'll give my analysis on Knox. Why don't you come up with a tight end who you would start? I'll give you about 2 minutes. All right. So I'm starting Dawson Knox because I think this is his second game back from the broken bone in his hand. He's playing the Colts. The Colts give up 16.9% points per game, which is 29th to tight ends. And they're 31st against tight ends in the red zone. They give up 5 points per game in the red zone. And they give up 6 TDs to tight ends all season. That's the second most, and the worst is actually Philly, who gave up 7. So again, if this is a comeback game to kickstart Dawson Knox's season, this is the game. And again, he's a favorite target of Josh Allen. So I think he's going to come back. I mean, he's been out for 3 weeks, and he's got 5 TDs, and he's still ranked 4th overall. Right. So this is a big game for him, and that's why I picked him, because data drives decisions.
Yep, and I got Gesicki at the Jets. We just talked about that matchup. Jets being pretty horrible. Flanders got Mo Alley Cox, the big show against Buffalo. Obviously, we're talking about that. Juice got Zach Ertz, and no matter how many times I say it, no matter how many times I say it, it doesn't seem to fucking matter. Freddie tells us to start him and sit him on a Friday show when the guy already went on Thursday.
Dumbass. Thank these. You call me dumbass. Play kind in stupid.
Okay, Freddie, I think you've heard the mantle of a slow learner at this point.
I'm glad he did it before I did, because I was about to put in my opinions for running backs, because in the fantasy league I sat Damian Harris and he only got 7.9 points. I was about to say it, then I'm like, oh wait a minute, he already played.
You're excusable because you're a rookie. This guy, he's been here forever.
So when I put it in, nobody noticed. So now,
well, no, I noticed, but I just let it go because I'm like, I got so much going on, bro. I ain't got time, and I'm like, all right, I'm calling him out on the show because I've told you 100 times about that. All right, we're gonna move on. All right, we're gonna move on. We got a couple minutes left, so we want to fill the rest with some possible Phlander flops you might want to look out for this week.
Gucci flip flops, make a kick rock. This a big clock. Check the wrist watch. Gucci flip flops, fucking hit your bitch and massage. This a big.
Who sings that?
It's that girl that went meet me outside. How about that?
Oh, Bad Baby.
Yes.
Someone gave her a record.
Huh? Yeah.
Someone gave her a record deal.
Apparently. I mean,
Yeah. Hey,
I
she
like
made.
that song. I ain't gonna lie, I like that song. It's
It was
Hey, get your
alright.
money when you can, man. Get your money when you can.
That song's catchy. I like it. All right, talk about your flop. You got like 4 minutes. Flop yourself on out.
All right. Again. This came out before Kyler Murray was scheduled not to play, but even if he's coming back with that tender ankle, plus that, don't give me the face, Freddie.
You play Kyler Murray all the time, man. What's wrong with you?
I know you play him whenever he's not been playing. He's not going to have D-Hop, so he's going to have to rely on Christian Kirk, and he's got to rely on AJ Green and Zach Ertz. Not to detract from them, but D-Hop brings so much coverage that they're open because he's not, essentially. So I think he's going up against an easy defense. But those ankles, they're just not worth messing around with, especially when you have a bye week the following week. Again, Antonio Gibson, I have him on my roster. I actually sat him last week because he's very, very frustrating and he's very hard to play. But I think he may be a flop this week. Yeah, he had a big game last week. We know he had 19 points, but he's playing Carolina, and Carolina. Right now, they are number 2 against the run. So it's going to be hard for him to muster those points. DJ Moore, even though he's Carolina's number 1 receiver, I am not sold yet on Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton's going to be doing a lot of running around instead of throwing the ball. Plus that they're going to double cover him, and then he's got to rely on Robbie. I can barely catch a pass, Anderson. So again, DJ Moore will be covered, and I think I'm not just sold on Cam Newton's rise of success yet. Dalton Schultz, again, this was put in before we found out about Amari Cooper, so that could blow up in my face. And then Steelers defense, look, they're out Joe Hayden, TJ Watt, and they're also out Minka Fitzpatrick and Big Ben. So when you got those 3 starters out on defense, it's going to be a pass city on them all day. And then plus that, you got Mason Rudolph, who's in there, and you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know if he's going to throw 5 picks or 5 touchdowns, which also means I see a lot of 3-and-outs. I see a lot of Boswell, and which means the defense is going to be on the field a lot. I think they're going to be gassed by the early 4th quarter.
All right. Well, those are your possible flippity floppities for this week. Yes, for a little further, you guys, something before we close out. What you want?
Yo, the biggest flop for a wide receiver right now, if you have him, I don't know why I haven't dropped him yet, is Tyler freaking Lockett. He busted 5 out of the 9 games this season and only boomed twice, okay? And now he's going to verse Arizona, who I think is going to beat the dog crap out of Seattle.
I disagree. I think that, when Geno Smith came in, it was obvious he can't hit the deep ball for nothing. So it was obvious when Russell Wilson gets back to his groove, I think Tyler Lockett will find his groove back. So I don't necessarily, I wouldn't drop him. But maybe temper your expectations coming to this.
There you go.
All right, well, little Frederico, we appreciate you joining us. Did a great job tonight.
Yeah, fantastic.
Everyone, do not forget to wake up with us Sunday. Wake up 8 to 9 a.m. We are part of the Sunday Belly Up lineup. So wake up, belly up with us this Sunday. Well, a full breakdown of all the games and all the excitement coming up for Week 11. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Why don't you take us out tonight, Fred, with a little breakdown? Hey, guys, we appreciate you, and we are out.